Hello, this is Emergency Management Made Easy with Lauren, Class 23 in our series. Guard you and your teammates' mental health. Something new, we're turning the page, and I know you'll understand why. Today, let's look at the impact of economic and unemployment crisis. It's a thing, and it's a subject. We remember the mental health impacts of COVID-19. The impact caused the worst public health and economic experience since the Great Depression. Americans may soon face job uncertainty and stress coupled with economic, mental, and family distress. The employees who aren't laid off or fired will experience stress as well, and grief as they endure the same distress as their colleagues. Work not only provides income and family stability, but it also provides us with positive self-esteem and structure, identity, and purpose. Social interaction with others is extremely important. When one loses so much, it creates mental health declines. The longer the stretch, the unemployment, the worse people fare. And people out of work for 6 months or more experience the worst mental health outcomes we learned during COVID. Potential at-risk populations. People in the service industry, that is disproportionately women and people of color, suffer if schools and children's child care centers do not return full-time. Moreover, many poor and rural Americans lack reliable internet, affecting and eliminating their chances of securing remote work. It has improved because we realize after COVID that children need to attend classes, virtual classes. So Wi-Fi internet absolutely has improved in rural areas. Older workers who lose their jobs during recession, layoffs, and firings increase their mortality rates, possibly because of loss of health insurance, is more dangerous to them than younger workers. Losing one's job after becoming eligible for Medicare benefits does not necessarily impact mortality. However, if Medicare, Obamacare, child care, and insurance benefits aren't available, the effects can be devastating. Let's look at mental health counseling before, during, and after the incident, whatever that incident may be. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder overview. Pencils up. Some of this information will be in the book, and some may not, because the situation is different. So everyone might choose to make notes and to refer to the book if you own a copy. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a debilitating psychological condition triggered by a major traumatic event, such as terrorist attack, shooter incident, death of a loved one, a public health emergency, natural disaster, or any catastrophic event. It is marked by upsetting memories or thoughts of the ordeal, blunting of emotions, increased arousal, and sometimes severe personality changes. Officially termed post-traumatic stress disorder since 1980, post-traumatic stress disorder was once known as shell shock or battle fatigue. Some of our more mature viewers know of this from World War II as well. This was due to more common manifestations by war veterans. However, in the past 20 or more years, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, has been diagnosed in rape victims and those subjected to violent crime. Examples are survivors of the September 11, 2001 World Trade Center and Pentagon terrorist attacks, various schools, and, of course, workplace and business shootings. Adults and children are susceptible to PTSD. They may become anxious. It's possible to have a mild PTSD reaction following less severe stress. Children in other parts of the school may not have seen the shooting, but of course have experienced the shootings, and they may experience mild stress and personality changes and learning disabilities. Other grief stress reactions: students' inability to attend school for any reason. The COVID crisis is one example. Another example is adults' inability to work, or job loss or illness may trigger stress reactions. Trained personnel and mental health support services. A mental health professional should diagnose the conditions. The administration of all facilities and business owners should identify medical and mental health emergency intervention teams beforehand to be included during the training planning. This too should be included in the agenda items during emergency team meetings and drills. These CRT, cat, rat, tail, CRT, crisis response teams, should be included in your list with your first responders and community partners, people you can call on. This should be baked into your planning process while you're all at the table. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder counseling for volunteers and clergy designees. During a mass casualty, clergy, staff, counselors, nurses, designees, and volunteers should use available counseling as needed. They should monitor and support one another. They are encouraged to monitor each other's stress level and performance. Frequent breaks should be encouraged and discuss feelings with others on the support team. In addition, they should stay hydrated and eat healthy. 12-hour shifts are recommended. Encourage counseling during the activation or when the crisis event has ended. Yes, we pray. All worship houses should pray. However, we pray, we work as well as pray. We encourage each other and assist each other as well as pray. And mental health is a thing, and we should watch and observe after any crisis for changes. Even people who suddenly aren't showing up at the worship houses. Where are they? Someone should call, find out what's going on. Healing the healers. ICISF, International Critical Incident Stress Management Organization, in parentheses, ICISF.org, International Critical Incident Stress Management Organization. Overview. Critical incident stress management is a method of helping first responders and others who have been involved in critical incidents that leave them emotionally and or physically affected by those incidents. CISM is a process that enables peers to help their peers understand problems that might occur after an event. This process also helps people prepare to continue to perform their services or, in some cases, return to normal lifestyle. Its purpose is to enable people to return to their daily routine quickly and with less likelihood of experiencing PTSD. Critical Incident Stress Management, ICISF, provides training for individuals interested in becoming a part of a crisis management team or for an organization that is dedicated to helping individuals or groups recover from incidents. CISM is an adaptive, short-term psychological helping process that focuses on an immediate and identifiable problem. It can include pre-incident preparedness to acute crisis management and post-crisis follow-up. The intervention works best for small groups of 8 to 12 people. Some researchers conclude CISM is ineffective for primary trauma victims and should only be used for secondary victims, such as those who respond to emergency services personnel. Two separate groups. CISM allows the volunteers or first responders to discuss their feelings about the incident when it happens without judgment or criticism. The program is peer-driven, and the people conducting the intervention may come from all walks of life. However, most are first responders, police, fire emergency, medical services personnel, or work in the mental health field, and all intervention meetings are strictly confidential. These changes should be reported if the person who receives assistance is determined by the interventionist to be a danger to themselves or others. They want to do harm to themselves or kill others. The emphasis is keeping people safe and returning them to their levels of functioning. The purpose of the intervention process is to establish stress levels as normal as possible. Critical incidents are traumatic and cause powerful emotional reactions to people who are exposed to them. The most stressful are line of duty deaths, co-worker suicide, multiple event incidents, delayed intervention, and public health and multi-casualty incidents. Others include serious injury, disaster, terrorism incidents, rape, significant events involving children, and any powerful, overwhelming, distressful event. And we have been experiencing many of those recently. The goal of the intervention. The trauma is addressed along 4 generational progressions. Diffusing. DEFUSING. Done the day of the incident before the person has a chance to sleep. It is usually conducted within 12 hours of a critical incident. Its purpose is to validate people's feelings, inform them of what symptoms to watch for over the short term, and offer them a lifeline or telephone number where they can talk with someone. Diffusing is limited to individuals directly involved in the incident and are informal, sometimes at the scene, and designed as a coping mechanism in the short term to address immediate physical needs. Debriefing. Usually the second level of the intervention for those persons directly affected by the incident, and often the first for those not directly involved. It is designed to assist in mitigating the long-term impact of the incident. A debriefing is normally done within 72 hours of the incident. It gives the individual or group the opportunity to talk about the experience and not how it has affected them. Brainstorming coping skills identify individuals at risk and inform the individual or group of services available to them in the community. Follow-up. Final step is to follow up with them the day after the debriefing to ensure that they are safe and coping well, or to refer the individual to professional counseling. Additional follow-up. Final step generally done within the week following the debriefing by the team members as a check-in. Critical incident stress management planning is recommended for emergency team members, employees, volunteers, nurses, physicians, first responders, lay leaders, clergy, and personnel. The administration may choose to put in place advanced preparation for a crisis. That's in your planning process. Often the acute stress proves too difficult for emergency teams, employees, or volunteers. The pre-planning may provide the coping skills necessary during and after the critical event. It is necessary to identify workers who may need professional mental health care. Ongoing support is available for individuals in need of coping skills and support. If the crisis event is beyond the capability of the business, school, house of worship, or healthcare, or hospital facility, critical incident stress management is highly recommended for everyone who needs it. My parting suggestion is be aware of loss and grief. It's very dangerous. Give grace to co-workers, friends, and family. Give grace because it's tough. I hope you like my new digs. Prepare before it happens at outlook.com. Kick me an email, let me know how you like it. It will improve over time. I'm working on it, working very hard for you. Think about everything we talked about, and I will see you next Friday. Be safe.